Let us sit comfortably, easily, and we'll start few minutes. We'll start meditation in couple of minutes. आराम से बैठ जाते हैं. अभी हम लोग ध्यान करेंगे. आज मैं आपको चक्रा ध्यान कराएंगे. हमारे शरीर में आपको पता है 108 चक्र है. कितने? 108. इनमें से 12 मुख्य है और 12 में से भी 7 चक्र बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो पहला चक्र है मूलाधार. मूलाधार में जहाँ से रीढ़ की हड्डी शुरू होती है, बेस ऑफ द स्पाइन जिसको कहते हैं. रीढ़ की हड्डी की शुरुआत गुदा से थोड़ा सा ऊपर है. So today we will do chakra meditation. We have 108 chakras in our body. Chakra means these are the points of energy, nerve centers. So among these 108 sensitive points in our body are points of energy. 12 are important. Among the 12, 7 is even more important. So today we will go with the first chakra that is in the base of the spine, which is called Mooladhara. This chakra is connected with earth element. Earth element and sense of smell, they are connected. So Mooladhara chakra, the first chakra, is connected with earth element and it is also connected to sense of smell. मूलाधार चक्र पृथ्वी तत्व से और गंध से इसका संबंध है. सूंघना और मूलाधार चक्र इनमें संबंध है. आप देखोगे प्राणियां पहले सूंघती है ना. सूंघने से उनको सब पता चलने लगता है. चाहे कुत्ता हो चाहे बिल्ली हो, सब सूंघ के वो वस्तु की, व्यक्ति की, परिस्थिति की पता लगाती है. तो वो घ्राणेंद्रिय और मूलाधार में संबंध है. मूलाधार चक्र पृथ्वी तत्व से संबंध रखता है. अभी हम मूलाधार पर ध्यान लगाएंगे. आराम से बैठ जाइए, रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधा हो. लेट अस कीप आवर स्पाइन इरेक्ट and shoulders relaxed and eyes closed. Now let us take our attention to the base of the spine. अपना ध्यान मूलाधार पर ले जाइए. Now contract your anus, hold it, contract it. Keep breathing but keep your anal point contracted. अपने गुदा को खींचिए ऊपर. गुदा को आप ऊपर खींच रहे हैं और सांस चल रही है. सांस को चलने दीजिए. ऊपर गुदा को संकोच करें और ऊपर खींचें. Contract your anus and then pull it upward and let go. Relax. Just like you hold your fist tight and let go and release it, you contract your anus once again, tighten it, tighten your hips and relax. And let go, relax your hips. अपने पीठ को पूरी तरह से ढीला छोड़ दें. फिर एक बार मूलाधार को संकुचित करें. इसको मूल बंद भी कहते हैं. मूलाधार को संकोच करके ऊपर की ओर खींचें, रोकिए रुके रहे जितने देर आप रुक सकते हैं। अब आपकी पीठ पे नितंब पर स्नायु मंडल खींचने लग सकती है, तन गई है, अब छोड़ दीजिए। नाउ लेट गो एंड रिलैक्स and gentle attention on the base of the spine. We'll take a deep breath in now and we'll chant Om. एक बार गहरी सांस लेंगे, फिर ओंकार का ध्वनि करते हैं। Feel the sound vibration through your whole body. Our body has billions and trillions of cells, and they can all energized, they start vibrating with the sound energy. Once again, take a deep breath in. We will chant Om again. हमारे शरीर में अरबों खरबों जीवाणु हैं। ये एक एक जीवाणु, एक एक सेल जो है नाद को स्वीकार करती है और उससे तरंगित हो उठते हैं। अब ओंकार का ध्वनि मूलाधार से पूरे शरीर में एक एक कण में गूंज उठने दें। फिर एक गहरी सांस लीजिए। Allow the sound to penetrate every cell of your body. Take a deep breath in. Now relax more and more. Relax your legs, hips, your thighs. Relax your legs, your calf muscles, your thighs and hips. अपने पाँव को ढीला छोड़ दें। पैर को, झंगा, नितंबा, पीठ पूरी तरह से ढीला छोड़ दें। Our mind is subtler than air and subtler than water and fire. It spreads like water, spreads like air. Take your mind all the way from the head to the base of the spine and let it spread to the floor around you as well. मन तरल है, पानी से भी और हवा से भी। जो मन दिमाग में हटका हुआ है, उस मन को नीचे ले जाते हैं मूलाधार में और वहां छोड़ते हैं। उसको वहां फैलने दीजिए। जहां आप बैठे पूरा आसन, उसके चारों ओर मन फैल चुका हो, इस भाव से, इस धारणा से बैठ जाए। इस धारणा से बैठे रहिए। Notice the mind is becoming quieter. Any thoughts that may cross your mind is welcome. Just let it be. Not to resist any thought, good or bad. They will all hover around and disappear. विचारे मंडराते हुए आएंगे, वे वैसे निकल जाते हैं। इस वक्त कोई विचार आए, अच्छे या बुरे, उन सबको स्वागत कर लीजिए। वे मंडराते हुए निकल जाते हैं। हमें कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ होना है। You just have to be. No need to do anything now. Become aware of the floor or the chair that you are sitting on. जिस जमीन पर आप बैठे हैं या कुर्सी पर, उस जगह को अनुभव करें। जो भी संवेदना इस वक्त शरीर में उठ रहा हो, उसको उठने दे। Any sensation that might arise in the body this moment, let it be, let it happen. Now and then, here and there, a deeper breath may rise. It is okay. कभी कभी सांस गहरी हो सकती है, वह ठीक है। जो भी सुगंध आपको बहुत प्रिय रहा है, उसका सोचें। उस क्षण को याद करें जब आपको किसी सुगंध भाया हो। Just think of a fragrance, a favorite fragrance for you, and those moments when you had experienced those good fragrance. Just take tiny amount of air in your nostrils, as though you are breathing in or experiencing a fragrance. सांस के धरिए वह जो सुगंध आपको पसंद है, उसका अनुभव करें। उस अनुभूति की स्मृति जागे, उसको याद करें। और छोड़ दें, लेट गो। Recollect the fragrances that you like most. Breathe in a tiny breath and let go. And let go. Let go of all your efforts now. अब बाकी सब प्रयत्न छोड़ दें। फिर से लौट कर अपना मूलाधार पे चले जाएं। यही विश्राम करते, यही प्रतीक्षा भी करते। मूलाधार पर एक कण को ढीला करे, ढीला छोड़ दे। Take your attention back to the base of the spine, and there intend to bring relaxation to every cell. विचारें थम से गए हैं, या कोई कहीं के पुराने विचार उठ भी सकते हैं। जो भी है इस वक्त, वह स्वीकरणीय है। उसके साथ रहें। बार बार मन को फिर वो मूलाधार पे ले जाते हैं और ढीला छोड़ देते। Just become aware of the area around the first chakra, your hips and the floor. Just become aware of the point of contact of the hips and the floor and your Muladhara, the entire area. As though you have spread your mind on the floor, just repose. जैसे मन को बिछा दिया हो आपने बैठने से पहले, जो भी अनुभव हो रहा हो इस वक्त, उन सबको स्वीकार कर ले। अब न कहीं जाना है, न ही कुछ करना है, केवल विश्राम। This moment, nowhere to go and nothing to do, just deep rest. अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्द मद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। मन शांत है, विचार थम से गए। ना कुछ करना है, ना ही कुछ जानना है। मूलाधार पर एक एक कण को जागृत करते जाएंगे। छोटे छोटे कण है, उन सबको जागृत कर रहे हैं। Enlivening every particle in the Muladhara, the base of the spine. Let every cell there start blossoming. Right away. Just the first chakra start blossoming. Relax. धीरे धीरे शरीर और परिसर के प्रति सजग हो जाएं। Slowly and gradually become aware of your body and surroundings. And just crack open your eyes. Just 2% of your eyes are open. थोड़ा सा आंखों को खोले, सिर्फ 2% आंख खुला रहे। एक हल्की सी रोशनी भीतर जा रही है इस वक्त। Just open your eyes for about just 2%. Crack open your eyes and allow the rays of light to go in. Another deep breath in with a big smile. Keep a big smile on your face. Breathe in with a smile and open your eyes 30%. 30% आंखें खोले और एक और गहरी सांस लीजिए और मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते सांस छोड़ते छोड़ते आंखें पूरी तरह से खोल सकते हो। अच्छा लगा ना? देखो चक्रा ध्यान में क्या होता है, पहले तो कुछ नहीं अनुभव होता, मन शांत हो जाता, फिर कुछ तरंग का अनुभव होता दूसरे स्टेज में, तीसरे स्टेज में अभ्यास करते करते प्रकाश की अनुभूति होती है। You know, for beginners, those who have just started, the first step you encourage, you'll just feel emptiness, nothing. Mind becomes blank, thoughts disappear. You get very quiet, just emptiness. By practice, the second stage, you start feeling some vibrations. This is the second stage. The third stage is you find yourself being a light, a flame. Okay, good. Yeah. Now we have Anant Goenka with us, and we will have.
Hello.
Hi, Anant. Jai Gurudev.
Guruji, every meditation app in the world is on one hand, and on the other hand is meditating with you live, which is a different experience. Really, it was a really wonderful. I'm sure everybody will agree with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome. We are live on this very special virtual conversation with Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar on both our and Indian Express's digital platforms. It's really a pleasure to be talking to him. So Guruji, after that lovely 20 minutes of meditation, I feel a little bit tough coming to this to a heavy topic like coronavirus, but I must come to this. So much economic uncertainty, so much of fear of death, pandemic, disease. Guruji, what is art of living in times like this?
Art of living gives you the much needed inner strength to take up this challenge. In trying times, art of living can give you mental balance, sharpness of understanding. Your perception will be much more clearer because you are able to meditate. And if you can meditate, you get better ideas to tackle the situation. So, these are some of the benefits of meditation that Art of Living has been prescribing. On the other hand, it is also engaging in social activity. Look where it is most needed. If we just sit and worry about ourselves, our problems appear to be even much bigger. But when we look at those who are in greater problem than us, then our problems appear to be very small. So engaging in giving a helping hand to those who are in need will also help us in many ways.
And have we, could we ever think of, an event like this, such a huge black swan event? When I was बचपन से मेरे नाना जी मुझसे कहते आ रहे हैं कि बेटा महाभारत पढ़ो, महाभारत टीवी पे देखो, वहाँ पे there is no situation in the world that hasn't been envisioned in Mahabharata. And I've been watching Mahabharata of late while we were in lockdown. Yesterday I called my Nana and I said, Nana, कोरोना वायरस के समय में शायद वेद व्यास जी खुद कल्पना नहीं कर पाए कि इतना बड़ा कुछ हो सकता है कि पूरा दुनिया बंद हो जाए.
नहीं, ये सच है, किसी ने इतना बड़ा लॉकडाउन वर्ल्ड वाइड एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया, मगर इन पॉकेट्स होते रहे. व्हेन देयर इज अ वॉर इन इराक, I visited Iraq 3 times. I saw the same thing in Iraq. The entire all streets were closed and there were police checking everybody. Every 2 kilometers there were 3 types of police. One was the Iraq police, another was the UN monitored police, and then the US police. So people who have to go for 2 kilometers, it would take them forever to reach the other end. So, some little glimpse of such lockdown situation.
And Guruji, are there any lessons for us from this World War III?
Life is uncertain. Life is uncertain. We take things for granted many times. We don't value our own life. This is the time we have to sit back and think, not get caught up so much with the accessories of life, but even think and value your own life. Yeah.
Guruji, how do we process this? Is nature's way of taking us back? Is this
Well, any analysis in this will be only a hypothesis. Instead of sitting and worrying, we simply have to get up and stand up to the occasion and see the world is not going to be the same after this. This coronavirus, there will be a big difference in the world. People are already so scared even to meet in small groups. Whereas man is called a social animal. He loves to be with the group. He loves to meet with people, and larger groups are even more matter of concern now. People will think twice to go to a supermarket or to a music show or even to temples or churches and mosques. They will have to think twice what might happen there. And forget about the tourism and hotel industry. They will be very hard hit. Already they are hard hit. So people will have concern even traveling by planes now. So it will take some time for people to digest this, process this, and come back to normalcy. But meanwhile, it is also important for people to change their lifestyle, not get too stressed out, and take care of your health, boost your immune system, eat healthy, and these are the things I think people will look into. Meditate, do yoga, and create harmony at home, to be able to adjust with people of all generation. This lockdown is teaching a lot of patience to people,
Yeah.
lot of patience. You have to be locked down with your father and elder generation and with the younger generation with completely opposite viewpoints, all in one small place. It will just simply churn and improve your personality in somehow, I would say.
And Guruji, will this test people's faith? If you look at what's happened in South Korea, Patient 31, if you look at what happened in Delhi with the Tablighi, there was all this sense that God will protect us. We are doing something which is something which is holy in service. Do you think something like this alters the way people may have a relationship with faith?
There is a saying, God only helps those who help themselves. You have to help yourself, you have to protect yourself. And when there is a rule, law, one has to follow that. God doesn't say you have to go in a group and only there you pray. God doesn't need a group to convince him. You don't need to demonstrate in front of God and to convince him to get him do something. Like you do with the government or with the industries. To pray to God, you don't need to go to anybody. You have to pray in the silent corner of your own heart, your own mind. So, this is in the name of religion, we are doing things which are really unscientific. Of course, group prayer, group meditation has its own charm, its own benefit. But, it's not what God wants you to do. You should sit. Yeah.
Sorry, please go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can sit wherever you are and you can do your prayers, I mean to say.
Yes. What do you think, Guruji, is the role of religious leaders, during this period? I mean, is it?
Religious leaders should make people aware, ask them to follow the rules that the government has laid down and ask them to meticulously follow that and give them assurance all will be well, and there is fear and anxiety in people, and tell them there is no need for this sort of, no need to be anxious, no need to be afraid of. and it will all be fine. So give them that moral and ethical support to people, and give them confidence and inspire them to serve those less fortunate people, fortunate ones. This is what religious leaders have to do.
One human tendency that seems to be coming up now is to find something or someone to blame for what's happened. Whether it's China, the wet markets have been criticized and have been, spoken about now 3 times. This is the 3rd time something like this is coming out of China. Any foreign tourist, any foreign traveler is now looked at differently. How do we deal with this, human tendency to find that root cause that we can blame for what we are kind of going through now?
Yeah, this is a normal tendency, I would say, to try to blame somebody or wanting to blame somebody. But you need to look into it. By blaming, are you able to find a solution? No. By blaming, you can't find a solution. If by blaming you are able to find some solution to the current problem, that is well and good. You should go all out and blame. Because when you can't find any solution, it only brings your immune system down. They say, if you keep blaming and if you keep thinking negative, what happens is the hippocampus, the back part of your brain, it gets lesions. When it gets lesions, also it brings down your immune system. And then, it affects your health in a very bad manner. So, I feel we must avoid getting into a negative spiral at this time, which would be dangerous for our own immune system.
Yeah, and Guruji, how do you think our government has, handled the situation? Do you think we've acted fast? Have we been slow? Could we have been better?
No, I think India took the right decision at the right time. Our government has done this clampdown much before, other countries could realize the danger of the situation. We learnt lesson from the West, so we were very quick in bringing down the clamping down, shutting down the thing. That is a very good thing we have done. And as far as the medical preparedness, I would say we are not bad. We are doing fairly good. We are now, when it comes to the daily wage workers, government, I think government alone cannot fulfill all the needs, because their reach has many steps to follow. They have to follow through ration cards and this and this. There are many people who do not even have a ration card, who do not have any identity cards. But they need to be supported. Here, NGOs and religious organizations, they all should come in, and they are doing. Of course, many organizations have come forward to feed the poorest of the poor, the society, so that they can stop the migration. If migrations keeps happening from town to town, our whole point of lockdown will be finished. The lockdown is mainly to stop people interacting or going in groups and or assembling or spreading into rural areas. If we have to stop the rural India from this virus, we have to stop the migration from the cities. And that not just by cutting the rails or buses or trains will do. You have to convince people, give them livelihood, give them their sustenance. Only then that will be possible.
It's a very tough position that they're in right now. Correct. Because they can't go home and they have no place to sort of stay, which is something that they're, can be socially, isolated while living and getting a daily wage. It's a tough place.
And one more thing I would say, the government should also open up the Ayurvedic facilities. The indigenous medicine was even recommended in China. Chinese medicine, they always use the Chinese medicines there. And many people get better. You know, many may have the virus, many may not have, but psychologically they start feeling those symptoms coming up in them. So in all this, उनको बीमारी तो है ही नहीं, अभी टेस्ट भी नहीं हुआ, मगर लगने लगता मन में और हमको हो गया बीमारी. तो ऐसे लोग अस्पताल दौड़ रहे हैं, ऐसे लोगों को हार्ट अटैक्स हो रहे हैं.
Right.
बीमारी के भय से, the fear of, so Ayurveda can also be of a very big help. The government should open up Ayurvedic hospitals and engage. We have lakhs of Ayurvedic physicians in the country, and allow them to practice, ask them to, take care of patients. This will lessen the burden on the allopathy doctors as well.
Sure. Guruji, whenever we can imagine a world, when lockdown is finally open, people are openly coming out on the streets. What do you envision people will be like when they come out? I mean, one is I'm sure they'll all need a haircut, but beyond that, what about their mental health? What about will they be more religious, more spiritual, less religious, more superstitious?
The people.
What kind of world do you envision
after the lockdown? First of all, I would say people should not just feel jubilant and just come out in the street and start celebrating and creating a ruckus. This they should not do, and the whole purpose of lockdown will be finished. So we have to be very, very cautious when we come out of the lockdown. Now there could be another challenge, that people are so used to sitting at home for 3 weeks or 5 weeks, they may not want to come out at all. That will be another challenge, or there may be fear of even going to public, of fear of getting contact with the virus again. So it will be a very complex situation. It is not one straight line, I see it. And of course people are already more religious, more they have more faith in the divine now, and they like to pray, they like to do things, meditate and all that. But the fear and anxiety now is different at home, but when they come out, it can be even more also. At least for some time, this type of anxiety will be there. Suppose they heard some particular area was under lockdown, it was quarantined. People will have prejudice even to go to that area, even to drive through that area, though it will all be sanitized and everything. So life will be quite, as it is, life has been complex. Now there will be an added complexity to life after the lockdown. This is going to happen, but I feel this is the time to gain that inner strength and confidence, and boost one's immune system. Yeah.
Right. Guruji, the last question. I think I don't have much more time with you. You've always been somebody who supported self-sustaining sort of pockets all over India. Whether it's economically, whether it's just in terms of food, natural resources, whatever. There is certain self-sustenance that sort of, there's a school of thought which you've been, I think, supporting. Do you think this will end globalization, this flattened world that we've been talking about for so many years will now again become sort of a circle, and there'll be lots of spikes in the middle, between continental divisions?
Like, to say, like, think global, buy local type of...
Think global, buy local, yeah.
Think global, buy local. To some extent, I think this is going to happen now. This is already happening. It's already, and it is also a big opportunity here in India for people to restart. It's like rising up from the ashes again. The industries, our economy has to really now rise up, and there is abundant opportunity of for the manufacturing sector and for sales and all that.
Right.
Products. It's a big. But export and import cannot be totally avoided. It will go on also. It will go on.
Yeah.
But there will be a lot of encouragement, I think, around the globe for local producers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Guruji, thank you so much for your time. Really a pleasure. Sorry to our users for a little bit technology for the difficulties we had, but Guruji was kind enough to offer half an hour more after the meditation session. So I hope we made up to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, wonderful.